recording. Alrighty, let me get this all sorted out here. All right, hi, I am Matt. I am with otherpeoplesmovies.com. And I am here with Justice, Tilliski, and Jenna, and we are all going to talk about a movie that we all love, and it's the most recent movie we've ever done a podcast on for this website, and that is Sinners, the Ryan Coogler movie Sinners. We're just going to start off by talking about how did we discover Sinners. We'll talk about seeing it for the first time. I've seen it twice now. And just real quick, it's a movie. I saw it in theaters because Tilliski and Jenna recommended it to me, and I'll let them talk about their experience with that movie in a second because they got to see it twice in the theater. But I saw it in the theater because they raved about it so much, and I was not at all disappointed. It's a hard movie for me to still fully articulate why it's so freaking good, but just real quick, the best way I can put it is that it's such a even balance of artistry and entertainment. It's just it. I can't think of another movie that's so uh, profound and entertaining at the same time. I can't think of another movie that achieves it the same way. James Cameron comes to mind. People who make statement movies like Spike Lee or Oliver Stone kind of come to mind. But nobody really has done what Sinners did, in my opinion. I can't quite. It really blew me away. Two times I've seen it, and I have a hard time explaining why I like it so much. Saw it in theaters first time. I have no regrets about seeing it in the theater. Saw it on TV the second time. It held up. I'll let you guys take the fort. Whoever wants to go next, tell me about your first time seeing it.
So I learned about it actually from Justice because
Okay.
I've been hearing about it. Justice, you posted
really?
about like no spoilers on Sinners on either Instagram or something. And I was like, this is like the third time I'm seeing Sinners pop up, and I think you had raved about it at some point, and then my my brother-in-law said that he heard it was a very sexy film, so then naturally I was interested. Right, is it?
So I mean, drag my okay.
No.
So I heard I heard about it actually a month before because I saw the trailer for it, which looked cool, and I was like, oh, I should check that out at some point. And then it's me, so then I just kind of went, yeah, I'll watch that when it's streaming, and then yeah, I mean, you like we did just kind of decide just to go out and watch it and loved it. And then literally the next day, we're like, okay, we got to see it in IMAX and saw it again.
Yeah,
So,
we saw it twice in 24 hours.
Oh, nice. That's great. That's awesome. Were you, and we'll get to Justice in just a second. Were you guys like, did you see it at all because you're Ryan Coogler or Michael B. Jordan fans, or was that at all a factor in your wanting to
Oh,
see
yes.
it? Okay.
I mean, yeah, like
Okay.
Ryan Coogler's great. Like, I mean, I haven't seen the only one I haven't seen is Fruitvale Station.
You got to see that. You got to see that.
I
hadn't seen it.
One time. Only one
That's the
time.
thing is like I don't.
Yeah, that's a one-time movie. You don't forget
Yeah,
it. It's like Requiem for a Dream. You don't forget a second of it, and it's like
Yeah.
it gets its point across very well for seeing it one
And then
time.
I know it's a hard movie to watch, which is like
It
where
is.
I'm like I'm not necessarily ever in the mood, and I also remember the news coverage back when it happened. So I'm just kinda
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
But at some point I'll see it. But everything else I've seen by him, I like. So I was like, yeah, why not check out this? So
Yeah. Nice. All right, Injustice. Why don't you tell us?
Yeah. Huge Ryan Coogler fan.
Okay, cool.
I think he has for this generation, he has one of the strongest artistic voices for film that I have seen.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I think about great Black films, Spike Lee comes to mind, but he has also disappointed me so heavily.
Yes.
And Coogler is like 5-0. There's not a bad film that he has made.
I'm not a big fan of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. That's the only.
I mean, how could you not be? How could you not be? I mean, he knows. I feel like he sets these intentions when he's creating that I can resonate with, right? As a Black creative, like, You want to create things for the times, for yourself too, as a patron of the arts, and something that's gonna be timeless. And I think he got a formula for that, and he just executes that shit so well. One day I woke up. I did see the trailer like a while back, but I think I had just forgotten about it because one day I woke up and everybody was talking about Sinners and posting like pictures at the movies, and I was like, and that's where that post came in at Jenna, where I was like, all right, everybody shut the fuck up about this. I'm gonna go see it. Please stop spoiling it, because on Facebook is the ruiner of everything.
Absolutely.
Facebook will tell you some shit that you watching before you have seen it, and I hate it. So I went. I've seen it twice in theaters as well.
Nice.
And the second time, I had a really like physical experience the second time. And it's like one of those movies where it's like, you go see a film and you're like, I would change this. I would maybe do that. And it's like, this is no notes.
No, I cannot imagine there being a better movie this year. I cannot imagine there being a better movie this year. It's just hard for me to articulate how good it is on so many different levels. It accomplishes so much in one movie. It's a rich movie. Based
on the trailer, I almost dismissed it because it looked like a vampire movie. And that genre is just not one that I'm really into. As Tilliski likes to point out, I'm more into fairy porn than I am into like that kind of stuff. And so, but I'm so glad that Justice and others were raving about it, so that we did go see it, because then it was like, it's like a genre busting movie. Like I think one of the reviews said, like it feels like 2 or 3 movies in one.
But it comes together as a whole so freaking well. It's got so many different elements and layers, but it's a complete movie. None of the elements ever feel at odds with each other. They all complement each other. They're all part of the same story, but they're all different and offer variations. And it's tonally dynamic. The dynamics tonally are just so sophisticated. I mean, it's just, I kind of wonder how long he spent on this script, because it's just so, the pacing, everything about the structure of the movie is just so methodical and thought out. And it's just, I don't know how long he spent on the script. So, but it started with an excellent script. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And you guys got to see it on IMAX. Did you get to see it on IMAX, Justice?
I did not, and I'm still so sad that I did not experience it in the form that it was intended to be viewed. But I will say, like, that second time I saw, the first time, right, I was just so like, ooh, and my God, and just shocked. The second time, like, I did have, right, like, all the pretense of, like, this part is coming up and this part is coming up and what have you. But it did something different that time, a specific scene. But, like, it did something different to me. So I'm just so glad. Like, I was telling my mom recently, like, I want a physical copy of that movie. Like, I ain't even got no DVD player. I don't give a fuck. I just want it in my house with me, so that if I have a child or whatever, this is a piece of art that will stand the test of time. There's no doubt in my mind. It needs to be somebody's time capsule, several people's time capsule, really. Like, for what Black art is, and has always been, and what it is morphing into. Because I think that is, for me, what I am seeing, like, in his work, is like, he has taken our stories and our, the way that we look at art and creation, and morphed it into this beautiful, like, sci-fi-y, futuristic Afrofuturism thing, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. What was the IMAX experience like for you guys, Tilliski and Jenna?
I mean, it was great. I would say that I don't think this is me personally, and I'm a simpleton to say the least.
Yeah.
I don't think you lost anything in seeing the movie on like a regular film or like on a regular screen as opposed to IMAX.
Right.
It is you do like see the aspect ratio change. Yeah. You do see like so you do get to see sort of like that thing happen. But I feel like the story. How everything was shot was still good enough that like I didn't feel when I saw it on the IMAX I wasn't like, oh man, I gained a whole bunch from this time. I was just like, oh, great movie I saw again. It was fantastic.
HBO, when I watched it on Max, HBO Max now it is, when I watched it on HBO Max on the day it came out, it did the shifting of the aspect ratio. So I guess I kind of got to see it at home the way it was intended. I saw it at an old-fashioned movie theater. I had a great experience watching it, other than the fact I was an idiot and left before the end credits, which don't do.
No,
don't do. I left. Yeah. Yeah, I screwed up. I had to go to the bathroom, so I left early. But
no.
but yeah, but it was great. It was great. All right, so Sinners was released on April 18th of. Oh, I'm sorry, Jenna. Did you have anything to say about the IMAX experience?
Oh, just that the cinematographer. I think she's like the first woman to do something in IMAX, and that's insane to me in 2025.
Sure it is.
Also, the way that specifically the IMAX sequences were framed up, it's like I thought that she did a really great job of capturing this specific point of view on the juke joint, and then on the like when you walk into the church, just things like that, where it's like it felt like you were really in it and not.
Yeah, the cinematography is wonderful. The lighting's wonderful. The lighting's very rich, and it's just it's a gorgeous movie to look at through and through. Not just because of the cinematography, but for everything. It's a gorgeous movie. But no. So Ryan Coogler's Sinners was released we're now at July 14th, and it was released on April 18th of 2025. It currently holds a 97% critic and 96% audience approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It has grossed nearly $280 million domestically and nearly $90 million in foreign markets to date. That's off of a $90 million budget, so the movie's done incredibly well. It's turned at least $100 million profit. It's currently the most financially successful original movie, not a sequel or based on or a reboot or based on material for another medium, since 2010's inception. It's the most successful original movie since inception, and it joins the ranks of other such recent classics as Gravity, Dunkirk, A Quiet Place, Interstellar, Get Out, Us, Bridesmaids, The Heat, and La La Land. Where do you think Sinners ranks among these films? I think it's at the very top, frankly.
I mean, some of them I haven't seen.
Yeah, Bridesmaids is one of them.
Yeah. What the
fuck?
Yeah. That's so jarring. I was like,
you didn't know Bridesmaids was that huge.
It wasn't like, as a woman, right? Yeah. That movie, cool. It was just fine.
Yeah.
But like, Get Out and like Us and like Sinners. Yeah. I think Sinners is like the chef kiss of like Us and Get Out. Like I remember when Get Out came out, as a family, we watched that shit several times. Yeah. Like one night that my mom put it on for us and was like, see, this is what y'all need to know. and she knew that we had already seen it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like so important for her to make sure that we had that context and that we were like being safe and knowing what the signs to look for were and all of this shit that is truly impossible to detect socially. But yeah, like Bridesmaids, I mean, it's not standing next to Sinners ever.
Yeah.
Like it's
it's fluff versus art. It's I mean, I like Bridesmaids. I've seen Bridesmaids. The only movies on there, maybe Inception holds a candle to it. Maybe Get Out, and that's about it. All the other ones they mentioned, they're all fine movies. They're all good movies, but
right.
I think Sinners is the most unique. It's the most special. Its impact is the most singular. So
I agree.
Also, the context of right now, where it's like we are getting nothing but inundated with regurgitations of the same tired franchises and the same old stories that they're trying to repackage and sell to us again. So it's been very refreshing to have something truly original come to the forefront of that and like truly knock them all, like blow them all out of the water with something that had never been done before, and like the financial terms that Ryan Coogler negotiated for himself also on it. It's like it's just so impressive. There's actually this moment inside of
that was the next topic I was going to bring up was his deal that he owns the movie again in 25 years. How cool is that? That he gets, I know. I mean, how cool is that a filmmaker actually gets to own a writer director actually gets to own his own movie? That's unprecedented. It's that I don't think anybody's ever done that before, unless like you're like counting Coppola, who funded his own movie, which he owns Megalopolis. But no, Coogler doing that is just. I mean, getting that deal, man, good for him for negotiating that deal. That's just so cool. And that's a step.
It's reparations.
Yeah.
It's reparations. Yeah. How could you make a film like that and not set it up right? Yeah. I think it was the fight. Like, there's the internal conflict in the movie, right? In the script with the characters and the plot and the blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But there's other fight as a Black creative that just exists. Yeah. And like, if you're going to make a film to that magnitude, you got to check all the boxes. And to take the time to do that.
Yeah.
Like, he taught, I think, the same way, like, when Chance the Rapper was doing the whole free album shit, and everybody was like, what the fuck this nigga doing? Like, you're not even going, the point is to make the money, and now you're not going to fucking make any money. And then he won the Grammy, and everybody was like, oh. Maybe, right? Maybe there is another way to do this shit. Yeah. And like, we're not looking at all of the entire grand scheme of what can be done. Like, he is laying the foundation for the creators under him to take note of. And man, I always listen when elders speak, especially if they're not drunk, because the drunk ones crazy.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
And part of that, so do you remember that scene where Smoke is just outside the general store and he flags the girl to watch
the truck?
One of my favorite scenes in the movie,
So what I think is beautiful about that tiny moment in that scene is that he negotiated great terms for himself. Then he kind of has this little teaching moment inside of the film where he says numbers are meant to be in conversation with each other. So, like, if I throw out this number, then you need to come back to me with something. And it's just this very simple way of kind of encouraging a mindset of, like, negotiation being a conversation between the numbers and not being so, like, not just accepting what's the first thing that lands in your lap.
Right.
I felt like that was a really, that kind of crystallized for me, not just the creative genius, but also the commercial genius of an artist like him, because it's like to be able to do both, to create something truly original, and to know that like you will have generational wealth from that decision is like such something to really admire and
I can't think of another filmmaker who's accomplished what he accomplished with Sinners. I really can't think of another filmmaker. Like the only one that comes to mind, and this is I think Ryan Coogler is somewhat. I hate saying it because I love him. Is James Cameron? That's the only other filmmaker who has created mass entertainment that has artistic value too. But Ryan Coogler's smarter. Ryan, his work smarter. Sinners is commercial, but it never lacks intelligence. It's a movie that does not dumb itself down to have mass appeal, and yet it has mass appeal. So I'm still amazed by that movie. I'm gonna have to see that movie probably a half dozen times before I fully get why it's so good. Before I can.
And that's what I think I appreciate the most is like when talking to non-Black and non-people of color about this movie, they're like, it's so much to digest, and I just can't wait to keep watching it and keep peeling back the layers. And for Black people, we saw that shit and immediately it was like, oh my God, this is the movie we've been dreaming of. Aside from the series Them, where they're like living in the suburbs and it's like they're the only Black family and then they end up like killing all the white people at the end. These are the movies that please watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. I will send it to Jenna tonight. I watch it anytime like the capitalism chokehold is too tight. I watch it again and I'm like, there is hope. There is fucking hope. And the acting in that series too is I have no idea how they didn't win shit because that was some of the best acting I've ever seen. But like these types of art are our dreams. This is the stuff that we want to see on stage. We want to see the historical. We want to see the historical, take us through all of that shit, but show us the way out. Show us the way through. And like, man, he does it so brilliantly.
Yeah. How do you feel like this particular movie ranks amongst his other movies, his other 5? Like, do you think this is his best work to date?
Best work. I mean, I don't even think it's not even a hard question. It's like
his other works. I mean, Fruitvale Station is like we said earlier, and as far as statement political movies go, it's a great one, and it is a one-time watch. But I think it gives Sinners a run for its money, but no, I think Sinners is his best movie. I do love Creed. I love the first Creed, but it's a great piece of pop entertainment. It's an intelligent, emotional. It's the best Rocky movie since the first Rocky. So
absolutely,
It's also derived from another universe, right? Whereas and same thing with the Marvel stuff. Like, I'm not trying to minimize that because what he did with Black Panther was incredible. But because this was something original that like he created from scratch, I think that's what elevates it to the top for me. Because I'm just so tired of seeing stuff and the ways that he the originality that they put into Creed and to Black Panther and to like the other things that he's done is great too. But I agree. I agree. I like agreeing.
And Fruitvale Station, just to say, to me, is it's nothing political about that movie. It's a documentary. It's a biography of this man's life, and to have I don't want to spoil it too much because I know you haven't seen it. But Tilliski, I know you haven't seen it, and it is such a hard watch. Please have a drink while you're watching it. But to have at the very end his baby, his daughter, in the film, he So it just feels like so much of him. And I know he's like a Cali, born and bred person, which makes sense, right? Because this was such a huge ass event that happened in California.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that type of shit don't happen the way it happened in California for everybody to see who was on the fucking train. He wants so much to pay homage to people that have transitioned and become our ancestors. And I think that is just, with that in mind, like, I think that goes for all the movies, right? Even Creed, like, he wants to pay respect so much in doing so that is the focus. That is where you get this like ethereal level of genius that we all get to bear witness to.
Well said. Well said. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but I never thought about it. Yeah, you're right. Like, I think almost every theme he has is something about like ancestors and going back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that until I read. I'm like, yeah.
I see it. Yeah. Well said. I never spotted it. It's like, now that you mention it, it's like, yeah. You're well said. Yeah.
I try, y'all. I be trying.
Yeah, and we talked about the two different cameras. We talked about what we saw it on. We talked about Durald Archipel, the first woman to shoot a movie on IMAX. We talked about the Kugler deal. Here's a good question. Here's a good subject. Kugler says that the film was inspired by his late Uncle James and his love of blues music. How do you feel such a personal inspiration affected such a, on the surface, genre-oriented movie? I'm just going to let you guys answer this. I don't even know how to answer that question.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, it is.
How do I think it affects? I mean, to me, it's the kind of the driving force. Because I mean, everything. It's to me, the way I look at the movie, it's almost a musical. It's a musical that tricks you into thinking it's a vampire movie, and it is a vampire movie, but it's about it's mainly about blues music and blues culture, and i.e. black culture.
Sure.
It just like has some like blessings of vampires around it. So like, I think that you can't separate that knowledge, that deep knowledge of blues and music and culture from the film itself. Like, it's so integral to everything that creates the entire film that it's the driving force. It's what it is.
Yeah, it's what the movie is. You think it is? You think it's more so a movie about the blues than it is a vampire movie?
100%. I mean, absolutely. I mean, like, the thing is, like, when you guys were talking about the trailer, I didn't see, because there's like two trailers. I saw like the first trailer that didn't let you know a damn thing. So I was just like, okay, something with hell might be happening. I don't know.
Right.
And then I found out, like, right before we went, that it was like a vampire movie. I was like, the fuck are we watching vampires for? Okay, like, I'll still watch it. Cool. I wish I didn't even know that. I kind of do wish that I went to the movie not having an idea about vampires. That being said,
I do too. That would like the movie, and we'll get into this later. Like a movie that influenced it, called Dusk Till Dawn. It's a movie where vampires kind of come in towards the middle of the movie. And if anybody's listening to this, we assume you've seen the movie. Spoiler alert! But when movies, I love it when movies do that, when they have that shift in tone and genre, like in the middle of a movie. And it was very influenced from Dusk Till Dawn, but I just I view that, and I just view it as being as much about, I view it as 50-50. I view it as a movie about all the things you guys said it was, and it being a kick-ass vampire movie. But that, I don't know, that's just me.
I think, in my opinion, if we're talking like politics or political statements, this is his most political statement of a movie.
Okay.
Because when we're talking about music, right, black music, black culture, we're also talking about disenfranchisement, disfranchising, culture vultures, which I think is the real life imagery of the vampires, right? Is these people that see this creation that Black folks been doing for years, for centuries, for decades, whatever, and are like, I want to be a part of that, even though I'm not a part of that culture. That is so cool. I just want to be a part of that. And it's like, he brings you back to like why folks start singing, why these songs were made, why a lot of this shit was code for the slaves. This was secret work. And I think in the very beginning, when they do the whole like, there are people that were gifted this gift, it puts you in the realm of like, you are chosen for this life. And not, we live in a time now where like anybody could be a fucking rapper or a fucking musician or make a damn song, and that's all you fucking need. You don't even need no talent. Just make a song and that's it. And this puts you back in the land of like being specifically chosen for this thing and having it be a part of your purpose, your lineage, the essence of who you are, and having people be envious of that. Like, that to me is the political aspect of the whole shit. And the blues is the foundation of music. As much as people want to discredit that and discredit, I thought it was so brilliant to put Buddy Guy in there because like, he is the man. He has always been the man. And Shauna wouldn't be who she was without him. So it's like, it's just this whole underlay for the underplay that I so enjoy about how we need to like cover and protect our sacred things. Like, yes, we can share them, and by no means are we trying to, in a world where we trying to be more inclusive. Like, I totally get that and I totally respect that. But like, some shit is for us, by us, and that's okay. Some shit, white people have tons of shit that I'm like, I'm not a part of that, and that's fine. Like, it's fine. Yeah. Everything ain't for everybody. Right, as we get now as a society so fucking hung up on everything needs to be for everyone, and god damn it doesn't. Some shit, it's okay to hoard some shit and to keep the shit special, in that community, in that house. Right. So I think this is the most political work, and like the vampire shit is just the imagery of what the deeply rooted issue at hand here.
Also, like I think you mentioned something about like where the music comes from, and like what it made me think of was that one scene. Are we? This is fine to actually talk about specific scenes, right? Like,
absolutely.
Well, okay.
Nobody's like gonna listen. Nobody really listens to these things anyway. But
yes, they do. You don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, but but if anybody's gonna listen to a Sinners podcast, we can only hope they've seen the movie.
Yeah, why would you listen to the podcast and you ain't seen the shit? Right. I mean,
right?
Probably should go see first.
I don't think we need to worry about spoilers.
Well, yeah, for anybody, spoiler now. When Delroy Lindo, right? When he's
Delroy
in the car,
Lindo,
he's
one of my favorite parts of the movie,
the lynching, and then he breaks into song because like he's creating that music from the pain. It's like pretty much tapping into what you're saying. Also, it's like that sort of inspiration and that sort of creativity is something that definitely sparks from
that scene. You just need to stay with that scene for a second, because the sound engineering in that scene is incredible. And the monologue that, because you know how earlier on we were talking about how like the deliberate choices and how the pacing is like so deliberate and methodical. That one slows you down and it really locks you into what Delroy Lindo is saying and feeling, and like you don't realize that it's been several minutes and then he moves into that song. But it is such a powerful moment in the film. That's like one of my strangely one of my favorite moments.
And I forgot that you're right. There was sound. You're right because you hear like the sound. Like I forgot about that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it is eerie and moving and disconcerting and powerful and just like it kind of grabs you by the gut.
It's a beautiful moment. I honestly didn't even consider it when I was thinking of my favorite scenes, but now that you mention it, it really is an interesting moment. So yeah.
Anything in the car is that when they're driving, like even that first time Lil Sammy sings that song and you seeing the twin be like, what the fuck? Like, I thought you was gonna be alright, motherfucker. Yeah. I didn't know you was gonna be amazing. Like, oh, we finna be rich. Like, this is it. Like, anything in that car is and it's taking you somewhere, which like to put them in a vehicle, like, come on. Like, this man is just ahead of the game. Like
transporting people literally with his music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. We kind of have already touched on this, but Coogler says that the horror in the film is largely a metaphor for artistic sacrifice, for how an oppressive system can dehumanize people and how people experiencing the dehumanization can rage against it through art. That rage develops so they can affirm their humanity. That is Coogler's quote. I don't have much to add to it. It's just
what's so fucking brilliant about that is that yes, we're all nodding like, of course that's what it's a metaphor for. But it is also a metaphor for immigration and what's going on in the U.S. right now with that, where you have the Irish immigrants that come up and are trying to get access and play their, frankly, honky tonk, but like emphasize the honky on it as they're trying to get into the juke joint. And then the conflict between like Italian immigrants and Irish immigrants, and the fact that the twins have stolen booze from both and brought it there. And then also the relationship that Stacked and Stacked and Mary have, where it would not have been able to fully be truthful and out in the world with their relationship unless they were vampires under the cover of night. And that way they actually get to spend eternity together. But they wouldn't be able to in the context of the actual world. So those are my two things to say about vampires.
Okay. No. Very nice. And we talked about the blues music aspect. Yeah, we probably don't need to. Yeah, okay. I'll just go ahead. There's probably not much else to comment on this, but we already talked. The movie is heavily steeped in blues music. Zachary Lee on RogerEbert.com called the film a love letter to the powers of blues music, baptized in genre thrills. That's brilliant. I think that's a great way to describe the movie. Coogler says in the same piece that he wanted the uniquely structured and paced film to quote unquote feel like music and have an aggressively dynamic range. We kind of already touched on those topics. Anything you guys want to
add? I mean, the only thing I can think of is, I mean, and again, like if there's any scene or anything that kind of exemplifies that, it's what I call the scene of the movie.
I call it the music through the ages sequence.
Yeah, like that scene pretty much exemplifies at least that idea of feeling music or making the. What was the exact quote you said again? Like what he was talking about? Like he wanted to make a film that
wanted the film to feel like music and to have an aggressively dynamic range. He wanted the film. I think he accomplished that. Did I intellectually come to that conclusion on my own? No. But when I read that, I'm like, yes, that's exactly what you did, because the pacing on this film is so atypical. There's something so unique about how this movie's paced. It's just, and it still blows my mind what he was able to do, and it never takes my attention away from it. I was enthralled from beginning to end both the times I saw it. So, I that yeah, I just the pacing of the film is it's not paced like a normal movie.
The oneer, yeah, that if there's anything that made you feel music just in general, it was that scene. It's just seeing the music through the ages. Like the moment I saw I guess the sort of Bootsy Collins, Eddie Hazel kind of mixture guy come in with the guitar, I was like, okay, we about to and then just DJs and booty shakes and break dancing and all, like, and just hearing the music, it was just amazing. Okay. So
that film, that scene, the second time I saw it, I literally cried because I thought about those like old school paintings of like people in the juke joints. I have one of those in my house. Like one of those just old school, all black people dancing. It literally reminded me of that. And I was just like, damn, like to be frozen in that space, like it's what a dream that is to literally. And I've been in places and spaces where, I'm out at an all black function or whatever, and you can feel the spirit of the ancestors there. Like there's something about house music specifically that, like, if the right fucking DJ is spinning and then they throw that gospel in there, like, woo, sober or not, the people have been summoned. Like that energy, it has been summoned. They're coming down. You can feel it. It's just a different vibe. It's a different mode. And like to give us a seat there is just such a beautiful place to sit at and just marvel at. Like, my God, I don't even know and I'm a writer myself, like I don't even know how, like, where you begin. How do you start writing a scene like that? Like, what part do you start? Because as soon as I saw the people like the Memphis juking, I was like, oh my God, this is. And then we have geishas. Like, my God.
I had the emotional experience like the first time. I was just like, I was getting kind of teary eyed, just like looking like what the second time I was just like looking around at the audience. Was like, do you guys like? I wanted to see everyone else's reaction the first time. I was just like,
it's really. Like, I mean, it is a scene. I'm gonna compare it to some of the best sequences in classic movies. The big fight with Jake LaMotta and Raging Bull, the Stargate sequence in 2001. It's a classic scene that is going to be discussed. I mean, forever. As far, I mean, people are going to discuss that scene the way they discuss Citizen Kane. It's just it's an instant piece of classic cinema art. So, and it just that scene alone, let alone the whole movie, but just that scene alone. I mean, that scene alone could make a brilliant 3, 4, 5 minute short film, however long the sequence is. But the scene alone stands on its own. But it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful.
I mean, it's no graffiti bridge, but
it's no graffiti bridge. No graffiti bridge.
Jenna, please. They're gonna cancel you. I'm just letting you know now. When they start rolling in, do not fucking be shocked, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm saying that satirically.
I mean, clearly, but we could fight the trolls together in either way. I don't care. You know I don't care.
Jenna, you had a topic on here, and it's relationships and sonic motifs. Discuss.
Oh my God, I'm just so much.
What's up?
Oh my God.
So the sonic motif that is played anytime at Wumi Masaka's character. Why is her name escaping me? The character that's with Smoke.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, but I can't.
Yeah, I know you're talking about too, but I can't remember her name either.
Annie? Is it Annie?
That sounds
No.
I think it is Annie. Let's Google it
The one
because
he
we
double
do
guns. The one smoked double guns. Is that the one we're thinking about?
So when they're in the when they're in with like her hoodoo shack where she sells stuff to like the local kids.
Okay.
When they're in there and there is this very haunting melody that starts to play.
Okay.
And it underscores any scene where they are together. Okay. And it underscores his death at the end when he is reunited with her and their baby.
Okay.
And it is just a beautiful but tragic sounding piece of music. And I don't honestly know if they had one for the other couples in the show because they might have just had it focused on them. But I'll have to look at the soundtrack and pull it because it was beautiful the way that music complemented the emotional turmoil of their relationship and the overwhelming sense of loss, but also the possibility of hope.
Yeah.
Yet again, no graffiti bridge, but yeah.
No graffiti bridge.
All right.
Did you guys get
y'all?
Did you guys have the soundtrack?
I do, of course. I found it immediately. Okay. It is so good.
Yeah.
You have it, Tilliski. Okay. So
I've been streaming it, but I mean,
nice. Okay.
I'm actually gonna go see Brittany Howard is doing the Alabama Shakes. Alabama Shakes is doing a concert tomorrow at the Salt Shed. So I'm hoping that she'll sing the song that she does in on the soundtrack.
Nice.
My God, I didn't even know she was gonna be at the Salt Shed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Her on that soundtrack. I don't know what I was going through one day. I think I was on my way to rehearsal for the show you saw, Jenna, Shaking the Mess Out of Misery. And that song came on and Brittany Howard is just like screaming. Like she does like her voice is just so rich, but she does like that. She reminds me of like Coco Taylor in the sense of like, don't nobody sing like this. Nobody, there is no, person that could play Coco Taylor in any bio, nothing, because don't nobody growl like that. People ain't growling no more. And like Brittany Howard, like, I don't even think I heard her in the movie, but in the soundtrack when I was listening to it, I was like, what the hell? Like, what you trying to do? Blow the roof off the damn shit? Like, please hold on. Like, she is such a talent, man. She's a true gem.
No. All right. Coogler said that the film, and we touched on this a little bit, was influenced quite heavily by two 90s Robert Rodriguez films. From Dusk Till Dawn, which if you've seen, like I said earlier, it's two brothers, both criminals, halfway through vampires show up, they're in a musical establishment. That being said, the similarity is pretty much in there. Dusk Till Dawn's a great movie, but it's it's a great movie for what it is, but it doesn't soar the heights that Sinners soars to. Coogler may have had influence from that movie, but he surpassed it, in my opinion. From The Faculty, another Robert Rodriguez movie, it's fine. I mean, it's a good movie. I guess I partially see the influence, but I barely. I mean, he brought it up, and it was like, really, and you're influenced by that movie. So I don't know, but does it at all lessen your view of the film knowing it's got some inspiration from other art from other movies like that?
All art is inspired by other great art, so hell no. Like that don't mean shit to me. From Dusk Till Dawn was one of those movies that I was too young to really understand.
Yeah.
So if anything, Sinners is the like adult version of that for me. Like, and it puts it in like language and in scene work that I can understand and that I can easily identify. Whereas from Dusk Till Dawn, there were certain parts where I was just like, damn, like this shit's scary. Like this is just, it's just fucking scary, and I'm okay. Like that enough. But and this is like a teaching of so much that you gotta stick with it to see the reward at the end.
Yeah, totally, totally. Any thoughts from you, Tilliski or Jenna?
I mean, not really, except for the fact that, like, I mean, yeah, it doesn't lessen my opinion for me at all, and I would think it's been so. I haven't seen From Dusk Till Dawn. One, I don't think I've seen it fully through. I always just saw it in parts.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it since college.
Yeah.
And from what I remember of it, yeah, this is a lot better. Like
it's a grindhouse movie. It's an intentional grindhouse movie. It's not aspiring for any greatness. Sinners aspires for and reaches greatness. Dusk Till Dawn.
And I think that's also a point. So I'm not dinging From Dusk Till Dawn. Like I think Dusk Till Dawn knows what it is.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a grindhouse, kind of campy sort of.
Yeah. And now that we're saying all this stuff out loud, I think it's pretty freaking cool that Sinners takes influence from, I wouldn't necessarily call it a B movie, but a movie with B movie sensibilities, and elevates it to something to art. And yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Michael B. Jordan plays twins in the film. Was there ever any denying of this reality? Did you ever not buy into this reality?
I liked the first stunting shot that Coogler did, the hand of the cigarette, where it was just like, fuck you, I'm this good at this, and I was just like, okay, and I was very much aware from it that though it was seamless and you couldn't tell shit, but then pretty much he very, very smartly split them up, let you get an idea of how the twins are separately, so by the time that they came back together, it wasn't even slightly on my mind. Like I completely forgot about it being the same person. It felt like two different people. I have to give it probably hit Michael B. Jordan's best performance.
Absolutely.
Like he was.
I mean, and he's
fantastic.
great. I mean, Just Mercy, Without Remorse. I think that was the Tom Clancy movie he was in. I don't remember if that was it. But whatever. Creed, Black Panther. This is definitely his best work, and it's nuanced differences between the twin characters. He's not going for this extreme Nicolas Cage from Adaptation thing, which, don't get me wrong, I love Adaptation, but it's just he does it. Michael B. Jordan does it real subtle, and it's very it is a truly terrific performance. Both roles, he's terrific.
I will say, just as my only gripe with him, literally the only one, is I think sometimes like people from the western part of the United States have a harder time with dialects, and he struggles with that. And I think if you have watched him, like the first movie I ever seen him in was Hardball, which is a Chicago movie, a kids movie. You know what I'm saying? A Keanu Reeves movie too, that like you forget it's fucking Keanu Reeves because he ain't in there doing no like Matrixy shit, right? But like he struggles with accents, and I think he really put his best foot forward in this film. But there were times where I was like, come on, like I know you're Southern, but like you need to be Southern. You need to sell it a little more. Like that's my literal only gripe about his performance in this film.
Now that you mention it, yes, I see it, but it never once occurred to me in the two times I've seen it.
It's just something that like if you're a fan of his, you know that struggling with them dialects whoop his ass. They just do. And I think that's why he does so dramaturgical work in making characters be singular people with these different outlooks on the world. Like that makes sense to me, like because as a performer, it's just certain shit you are good at, and you have your strengths and your weaknesses, and that's that. And it doesn't take away the performance at all. It doesn't do anything. It just like there were certain moments where I giggled, where I know I was the only one that was giggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
you are right about that. We've been having a bit for a while. Just don't make me say. Love.
Like what? And other people talk slowly. Like they don't. You gonna make me say it? Like he was. Like you chastising this woman when you should be like really are in a pleading moment. Like, but it's and even he's not even trying. That's not even the intention that he put when he said it. It's just that's how fast he talks. Like California coming out. Like so funny.
And then you watch him like in the to one up the cigarette passing. Watch him fighting himself, and there's not a dry seat in the house.
Right.
You forgive him because he's Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
Exactly. Right. And when he fucking that, I will tell you, like those like Rambo movies where the fucking he got all the guns and the shit, he's shooting everybody. I ain't never seen nobody shoot the fuck out nobody so good like he did at that end. Yeah. He was shooting their ass so good. I wanted to just yell, like a church yell, like almost a hallelujah up in there. Cause like, damn, that's Rambo to me. Like that's what I always wanted Rambo and some of these traditional white figureheads in these movies to be. I wanted them to be like gangsters. Like it's not enough that you're muscular and beautiful, which Michael B. Jordan is. I so enjoyed seeing him be sweaty and fucking terrifying. Sure. But like man, he was a gangster. He was a true gangster through and through. Like even the shooting in the fucking like parking lot of the store, like that caught me off guard. That was when I really was like, oh, he a real gangster. Like they not calling them the smoke twins just for no reason. They calling them the smoke twins because they will smoke your ass. Yeah. Like, okay, got it, heard. Yeah. Like, yeah, so much good. Michael B. Jordan, he works so tirelessly. You can tell, like you can truly tell that he puts everything into his craft.
Yeah. He's wonderful. Totally.
And everybody though, I think everybody.
Delroy. No, I mean,
it was
come on.
So good to see Delroy Lindo in a good role. It was so good to see. I don't know if I've seen him. What was it? The Five Bloods? Was that Spike Lee's Vietnam movie?
Yeah. I haven't seen.
Yeah. I know. I think that was the last thing I saw him in, but I love him in Crooklyn. Like that's one of my favorite Spike Lee movies. What's that? You don't like?
Come on. How could you not love? I mean, you hate him so much in that fucking movie because. What you mean you didn't pay the fucking light bill? Like I paid it and they still coming like you didn't pay it. Like get out of I watch that movie so often because it's such a part of like who I am as a young creative and like the first movie
in my top 5 Spike Lee movies easily.
Easily. I'll tell you, Chirac ain't in there never, and neither is the Five Bloods either. But
Spike Lee's a topic for another one, but I will say his run from like Do the Right Thing through Clockers is like one of the best runs of any filmmaker ever.
Anybody.
It's like 9 straight movies of masterpiece. And so he gets a get out of jail free card for the rest of his life for that, in my opinion.
No, he does not, sir. So? Sorry.
Okay.
The Black community, we don't give those out. Everybody goes to jail over here. I mean, at some point, everybody will be incarcerated. So we will have your ass. We will. So this next movie, what is it? Whatever.
It's the remake of the Akira Kurosawa movie High and Low. It's I can't remember what they called it. Yeah, I'm a little skeptical of that one. I don't know.
Me too. It's got A$AP Rocky and Denzel Washington.
Yeah. I'm a little.
Oh, how we doing that? And Ice Spice. They said. I was just like, all right, now.
Wait, Ice Spice?
Yeah. Did she act?
Exactly. We don't even know. The bitch can barely talk. What the hell? What are we doing?
She's got that hair and that iconic look.
Yeah.
And that's it. And we don't need to fucking see too much of her. Like, I don't know. I mean, I love Spike Lee for giving us Crooklyn and Do the Right Thing. And one of my favorite Spike Lee films is Mo Better Blues. I think there's
Mo Better Blues. I love Mo Better Blues.
There's no better music than that movie. Like the way that he weaves the musical aspect and that story is very similar to Sinners, where it's the catalyst for what it is he's really trying to say about like the world and his viewpoint on the world and music at that time. So yeah.
Jenna's question: Color Story and the Twins discussed.
Oh my god, no, it's too much.
Okay.
I'm insufferable. Why am I asking about color story and musical motifs? Like this is a fucking 6th grade English class.
Oh no. Okay. You want to skip that one then?
Unless someone says something to say.
Okay.
The red is kind of on the nose. Stack becomes a vampire, and the blue is kind of on the nose because mourning the loss of the day and what.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. No, what? No.
I'm sorry, Jenna. That was just so. I love that you scolded yourself for that. I'm sorry. That was too cute.
I'll get canceled again.
No, people love, especially y'all people. Y'all love to talk about these types of motifs and shit. So, hey, speak on it, sister. Okay.
Well, also, we haven't really talked at all about Haley Steinfeld, and she's not the point. But I will say this: one thing that's so clear in the movie, and I thought it was beautifully done, is that the single most threatening thing for Black people is proximity to a white passing woman, as evidenced by her being like, I have to go, they'll listen to me because my skin tone is lighter, they'll listen to me, turning and then coming in and ruining everything.
Yeah, that's the beginning of the end.
Yeah, so the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Is a white woman.
Please, Jenna.
And last question before we talk about favorite scenes and lines. There were recent rumors that the film would have a sequel, but Coogler debunked it, saying the movie was always intended to stand on its own. Would you like to see a sequel?
I don't think it needs one. I mean, the only reason I would want to see a sequel is because he's got that 25-year thing.
Yeah.
And so he can still make that money.
Yeah.
So like I kind of, to me, I kind of support him going for a money grab if he's able to. Like, okay, I own the rights to this movie completely, and so just like let me just get as much money from this as possible.
Yeah.
But that being said, I don't necessarily want to see it.
Don't you want the not buddy comedy exactly, but the like Stacked and Mary going through the decades, like
ruining people's lives,
hurting people, But then you see Sammy and Buddy Guy in parallel, like through the ages as he ages and whatever.
Cool.
That movie? No?
I will say the only thing that I would have enjoyed from a sequel of any kind is from the perspective of the indigenous and the native folks.
I was about that is the sequel.
That would hold this shit.
Yeah.
That's a different movie though. Yeah. That's a different movie. And I think the process is so much, so different and so much harder. And like, I know that he did do his due diligence in the town where he filmed this movie and worked on the ground with people from that town and like gave them jobs and opportunity and gave them respect and love and even gave them, you know, a screening of this fucking movie that they all helped to create and opened up their town to fucking let them create. So like I know that if he were to do something about the indigenous folks, it would be because when they showed up in that film for me, I was like, oh, these white people really done fucked up.
Yeah.
Because the land people have come and y'all still fucking around on this bullshit. Like it's finna get real. It's about to get real serious.
I just love them being like, we kind of want to help you. And then there's one friend's just like, let's just get the fuck out. Like, let's
don't even talk to this lady. Like,
and he was just like, all right, peace. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, you ain't listening. Have a good day, ma'am.
And that was their entire time in the movie. Just like, hey, we want to. No, you don't want.
It's like an indigenous mic drop. I loved that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We tried to help you a long time ago and didn't work out well for us. So you know what? See ya.
Y'all never listen to us, even though y'all on our shit. But you know, you right. You got it. You got Good it. Luck. And I just referenced yesterday one of my personal favorite lines in Sinners. Somebody had wrote something in the conference that reminded me of this line of Chicago ain't shit but Mississippi with tall buildings instead of plantations. And it's so true. Like people think that, you know, the inner city is so much better than the South, and it ain't. It's the same shit, just a different game. In a different controller, you know what I'm saying? And Chicago is one of the most segregated cities in the world. And so many people forget that. And then they travel here and they're like, damn, I gotta go over here to fuck with the black people. I gotta go over here to do this. I gotta go over there to, and like I live in Pilsen, so I'm watching years of gentrification happen right in front of my eyes. I'm watching people who, you know, have downsized on their mortgages and refinanced their homes to death lose everything. I'm watching that happen. So that line for me just encompasses, you know, people really, when we talk about like major cities and like the beauty and the pain of major cities, I don't know how, but somehow we get left out of that shit. Every time Chicago is left out, and it's New York and it's LA. Yeah. And then we talk about Atlanta and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, nah, Chicago, we got rich history. We got deep pain. I mean, shit, we deserve to be a part of that conversation too. So yeah. I loved how much he paid homage to us and what we have endured.
Yeah. That said,
yes,
Tilliski and I are comfortable driving together in Chicago. We are never driving through Mississippi.
Yeah.
Why would y'all? Why?
I wouldn't be to Mississippi. I mean, I don't even want to go to Mississippi to begin with.
No, my grandma told me. My grandma is from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and she told me many years ago, "Don't take your ass down there." I was like, "Damn, I'm trying to go to the family reunion." She was like, "No, you don't take your ass down there."
No. I'm from Georgia, and even I knew when I was in Georgia, Mississippi, nope, I'm good.
You just don't play down there. You don't even fuck around in Ohio. Like that's next
Ohio
to us. And you will get your ass lynched there too today.
Yeah.
Today, like there's still sundown towns in the Midwest, like today. Yeah. So this shit is that movie is just right on time in so many ways.
Good. We pretty much touched on these subjects, but the last topics of conversation for tonight are going to be favorite scenes and favorite lines. My 3 favorite scenes, we've talked about almost all of them, are having the girl watch the car, shooting the guys in the butt and the leg. Just wonderful character introduction to the twins. Like when you can't steal from the twins without walking away with a limp. I'm paraphrasing, but that's a great line. That scene's great. The scene after he finds his brother getting bit and he just double guns the woman. It's just so abrupt, and so he just makes the decision the instant he knows his brother's been hurt. I think it's just a great. I think I love the way the movie handles violence. It's always abrupt. It's always sloppy. It's the way real violence is, um, and I love that moment because that moment is like, whoa, okay, we're in it now. And then of course, music through the ages. I mean, that scene's the no-brainer.
Yeah.
That's the masterpiece of the masterpiece.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, what do you got? Any favorite scenes to add, or
Him shooting them the fuck up, definitely.
Yeah.
At the that ending part, I'll before I get there, I love the introduction and kind of not the introduction, but the personification of hoodoo that Annie is performing when he first comes back to that house.
Yeah.
Such a lost art in the Black community, and especially with this debate about, how the Black church is the new plantation, which is one of my favorite new debates that is hot on the streets right now.
Yeah.
Her performing at hoodoo and the protection and the such a chef's kiss, such a beautiful part. And then when after he's shooting them the fuck up and he's shot and he's like in that purgatory-esque land of like he's still there with the dude who sold him the property, but he can also see Annie and their baby, and he's like holding the baby, and just such a sweet moment for such a hard fucked up film. Like so good. And then even Sammy going back to that church all fucked up and his daddy being like,
Yeah.
"You gotta pray this demon up off of my son, y'all. Like, please hold. Like, fuck the sermon. Like, my son is hurt." Like, yeah. Favorite scenes for sure.
Nice. Tilliski,
I've shared a couple of mine already.
I mean, I think
if we've talked about a lot of them.
The big scene, obviously, with music through the ages. I just think the scene was powerful with Delroy Lindo doing his it's hard for me to say like that was my favorite scene because it's like a fucked up horrific story, but at the same time it was just done so well. I did like I did like seeing Clans members shot. That is good. Yeah, I can't get much better than that.
It's like that same satisfaction of watching Inglourious Bastards.
Yes.
Like making Swiss cheese out of the KKK it's always going to be delicious.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese.
I think most of the stuff is Delroy Lindo because like I also just liked the stuff at the train with them and like him like
then he stuck your tongue in my coos. Tell me you love me, stuck your tongue in my coos. I can't remember exactly.
He has
cooter, I think.
On top of his super awesome scene, he has the funniest moment in the movie, which is, "You don't smell anything? I think I shit myself." So,
yeah.
I love that part.
And there were so many little moments peppered in of comic relief, like out in the field with Cornbread and Cornbread's wife. There was just like this little moment that made me laugh out loud, and then the scene with the Native Americans just running away, just like that.
Yeah.
I love how it went. The pendulum swung fully in both directions, where it got super heavy, but it also had these like really effervescent, bubbly moment. Not bubbly is not the right word, but like moments of levity and release valve.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love that he goes and like, I can't remember which twin it was that was like, "This what you need to do with a woman like this." I know you think
ice cream.
I know you think you doing some shit, but like this the shit. And then he tries it, and then I think like he realizes, and we realize with him, like, yeah, motherfucker, women like that. Women enjoy that, and like you a real man, like right, like you really. Now we talking about pleasure and shit like that. So It's so much good.
Also,
so much.
Thank you, Ryan Coogler, for not only teaching everyone how to negotiate, but how to properly go down on a woman. We owe you, Ryan Coogler. Cancel me now.
What no man has ever done in any movie ever is say out loud, stay on that one spot and it's okay. Don't try to do all this shit from the porns. Just do that real good and it will be good. Like, said no man ever. Like,
he found that button.
Mm-hmm.
And we pretty much have gone over this as well, but favorite lines. Like I said, you don't smell anything. I think my shit myself was one of my favorite moments in the movie. You're drooling. You want some. I liked that interchange. I don't believe in magic, ghosts, demons, just power. Great line. Feels like Oliver Stone wrote it. You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home. Just
yeah, that's a great
top tier line.
Yeah. What all? I mean, a number of. I mean, I'm impressed by so many things with about the movie, but first and foremost, it started with a really awesome script. It's just, I mean, Ryan Coogler is a brilliant director, but he wrote that script by himself.
Yeah, he's a good writer too.
Yeah, he's
He also wrote. Did he write Black Panther by himself too?
I think so. I think he had a team. I think he had a team.
I think he at least had a co-writer.
Yeah.
Let me look. I think he at least had a co-writer, but I could be wrong. I know he wrote the sequel with other people. I do know that. But yeah. Any other lines come to mind for you guys?
I mean, the one I quote all the time. Need me to say? Think about you.
We say this at least like 4 times a week.
He said it so fast. I need to say. Like, what? Huh? Slow down, sir.
So I do kind of love that line just because, it entertains me that line. Yeah. The Cooter line.
Yeah. So my phone's being a jerk. I'm pretty sure he co-wrote, he had a collaborator with for Black Panther, but and I know he might have written for I mean, I know it was based on real true events, but I think he might have written Fruitvale Station by himself. But I'm not sure about that. So cool. All right. Well, that about covers everything. Thank you everybody for listening, and we will see you another time. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.